What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, and this is where I give commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Before we get started with this review of SmackDown tonight, I want to send a couple of important thoughts and prayers. First off, to Kevin Nash, because unfortunately, Kevin Nash has recently lost his son at the age of 26. I don't know why people are passing away so young. It's really unfortunate. Right around the time where the late, right around the time of his late best friend's birthday, Scott Hall. And the other day, I did a short to ask you guys to tell me what was your favorite Scott Hall match because that was Scott Hall's birthday. Right around that time is when he lost his son. So thoughts and prayers to him, and also thoughts and prayers to Adam Page because I don't know the seriousness of his injuries, but he fell pretty bad when he oversold that clothesline from Moxley. And it's so interesting because that same night, Carmelo Hayes oversold that boot from Von Wagner, turning himself inside out. And back in the day, Rikishi used to turn himself inside out all the time. And I think guys really need to be careful with how they oversell that move because the same night Adam Page injured himself overselling a move, the same night Carmelo Hayes did it. And by the grace of God, injury missed him. So, that being said, let's get started with tonight's review of Friday Night SmackDown. And tonight we start with Solo Sequoia versus Sheamus. And I thought it was real funny on commentary how Michael Cole and Barrett were talking about Sammy being Usi, and when Barrett is drunk, he's Lucy. He's and Sheamus is sweating from his nosy. All the E's is funny, but tonight was a night where we saw Solo continue in his winning ways with a little help from the bloodline. And I've never seen Sheamus fly like that, first of all. Sheamus flew off the top rope down to the Uso twins after they dumped the table on Ridge. And also, Solo had targeted Sheamus's arm and would eventually win with his own modified version of the rock bottom. Then Jay attacks and they smashed, no pun intended, towards Reigns, Sheamus's arm that was targeted in the match with a chair. Moving forward, we saw Bray Wyatt come out to backstage, rather, talking about confessions and confessions about anger and apologizing for the disruption last week. Last week was very touching. I really enjoyed that segment. But this week, Bray Wyatt said, I confess I have things with anger and darkness. And tonight, I want to confess that over the next future, I'm going to do some pretty horrible things and not feel sorry for anyone I hurt. Now, I don't know if that means he's going heel, but me personally, I really hope that they make Bray Wyatt um, a sinister anti hero because with him being so over with the crowd, I think it would be cool to make him a fan favorite, a sinister fan favorite, if you will. And speaking of bad guys becoming fan favorites, I don't know if MJF is truly babyface after what we saw with that amazing promo that he cut Tuesday with William Regal, but there's a piece of me that thinks he's going to do something heelish at Full Gear just to show the fans I'm still that devil and I'm still villainous and you can't trust me. But in any event, back to Bray Wyatt, I hope they make him a sinister anti hero because I think with him being so over with the crowd, myself included, I've become a fan. He's really grown on me. Um, I think it would be cool to make him a sinister anti-hero slash fan favorite, like they've done for many years with The Undertaker, one of my all-time favorites, now Hall of Fame. And speaking of sinister people, I have a confession to make. I confess that this new creepy dark side of Liv is really attractive to me. It's really growing on me. I was a fan of Liv before, But this edgier side of Liv, I am really enjoying it. She has a sinister laugh. Every time you try to beat her up, she just laughs at it, just like the Heath Ledger's Joker laughed at Batman when he was interrogating him. Where are they? Where are they? You have nothing, nothing to threaten me with. That's how Liv was tonight, and I really enjoyed it. This new Dark Liv is kind of hot, but in any event, Liv got counted out. Everybody got counted out because Liv bashed Sonya's head into the stairs, got counted out, got a stack of steel chairs, and superplexed her onto chairs. The fans wanted tables, but Liv decided to use chairs. And you got to do that to keep it interesting because even with, imagine having your favorite meal every single day of the week. Now, if your favorite meal is extremely unhealthy, that's going to do something to your health. But to have it over and over and over again, it's going to get kind of boring. So Liv, to keep things interesting, decided I can't keep giving you guys tables because if I do that, it'll get stale on us. So she decided to use chairs and suplex Sonya Deville, who looks like a dominatrix mixed with a character from Mortal Kombat, onto steel chairs. And what's crazy is she took the chair and she snuggled with the chair in a very provocative manner. She treated the chair like Al Snow treats the head doll, and Perry Saturn, treated the mop. So just really interesting stuff. Either way, I like this new Dark Side of Liv. I like it. I think it's kind of cool. Who knows? Her and Liv and Bray could make a good stable together. If you saw my short, thank you Simmons for replying. If you saw my short, I asked you guys to create your own dark wrestling stable from any group, from any generation, and any brand of wrestling: WCW, AEW, and WWE. Combine them all together if you like. And I put one of the guys I put in my stable was Liv and Bray Wyatt, along with some others. So check it out to find out what my fantasy stable is. But love this new side of Liv. Speaking of darkness, one of Liv's friends, Sarah Logan, I think is behind the vignettes involving the Viking Raiders because she in real life is married to Eric, one of the raiding tag teams. So that's going to be interesting. And also, we have two monsters face to face tonight as Braun Strowman confronted Omos and MVP. If you notice, MVP called Braun Strowman the male EST of WWE, the male version of Bianca Belair, being the strongest and the biggest, stuff like that. And of course, I have never seen Braun Strowman look up to anyone, not even the Big Show. That is the first time Braun Strowman had to look up in a face-to-face stare down with Omos. That has never been done before. Reinforce the ring so that what happened with Big Show and Lesnar, or Big Show and Braun for that matter, doesn't repeat itself. Or hopefully it does. I'd like to see that. But in any event, tonight, Omos shoved Braun and then walked away. But I'm excited about Braun and Omos. I think that's going to be an interesting match. I know Brock Lesnar and Lashley. That is going to be an excellent match at Crown Jewel. I know that Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre, which was just announced for a steel cage match, I know that's going to be awesome. The main event between Roman and Logan, I don't really know yet, even though Logan is training with Shawn Michaels and Logan knocked out Jay. No, it's Friday, so I got to say it right. Jay, you got knocked the out. You got knocked out. And that reminds me, last Friday, speaking of knocked the heck out on Friday, last Friday on Rampage, Jade Cargill literally cut the crap out of the security when she knocked out one of the security guys. Just totally, I think Legend has it that that security guard that was knocked out by Jade is still napping in the same arena. They had to scrape him up. Just bam! Jade Cargill. Hey, Jade Cargill is the answer to sexual harassment. You want to harass her if you want to and get knocked out. Harass the baddies. Totally knocked out. She just totally knocked him out. Speaking of knocked out and damage, we got Damage Control tonight facing Raquel and Shotzi, who is set to host Halloween Havoc tomorrow, along with Quincy Elliott. Quincy Elliott reminds me of Viscera during the the New Generation era. He reminds me so much of that back when Viscera was Mabel, not King Mabel, when he was just babyface Mabel and he had the crowd grooving and everything. That is what Quincy reminds me of. You sure Quincy is not Viscera's son? People actually think Viscera is Rhea's father, but it looks like Quincy could be Viscera's son to me. It gives us that vibe off. And the love machine thing going. But tonight we have a tag team match, and off topic, Bailey likes Michael Cole. Remember, what's the name of that show? Hey Arnold. Helga was mean to Arnold in public, but behind closed doors, Helga held on to pictures of Arnold like a stalker and probably had a lot of wet dreams about the guy. Just that's not a very good thing to say. Father, forgive me. All I know is Helga likes Arnold behind closed doors, and Bailey is Helga, and Arnold is Michael Cole. Move it, football head! But in any event, tonight, long story short, Damage Control continues to win. And of course, we have Rousey is a heel. She wasn't a heel when she was playing Gods of War. She actually saw my comment in the live chat and appreciated when I said, don't turn your back on the wolf pack, because she was fighting off a lot of wolves. If you see Rousey's channel, she was playing Gods of War, and she mentioned my comment when I said, don't turn your back on the wolf pack, because it was a joke about the wolves. And of course, warning, Rousey is singing Dragon Tales somewhere around that video. My childhood. Anybody grew up watching Dragon Tales on PBS with Zach, Wheezy stuck together, and Ord and Cassie and Max and Emmy and stuff like that? Childhood stuff I used to watch before I would watch SmackDown on Thursday nights. But in any event, Rousey's gone heel, and Zelina Vega gives me Queens of the Curse vibe because she's a huge Aaliyah fan. Rey Mysterio went 1-1 against Kudwit Kaiser and took a page out of Eddie Guerrero's playbook when Eddie used to fake his pain. And it worked because tonight we got to see Walter, as I like to refer to him, and Vinci Giovanna ejected from the ring. I love when wrestlers get ejected by the referees, and I love their reaction, especially Ric Flair. When Ric Flair got ejected from ringside back in the day as a member of Evolution, his reactions were pricelessly hilarious. But nonetheless, Rey Mysterio defeated Kaiser, and I hope Kaiser doesn't get a slap on the chest as punishment for losing. Like I said, I thought it was really funny before I close out. I thought tonight it was really funny at the end when Logan called Paul Heyman the Penguin from the Batman series as a Batman villain, because he does. He looks like he can make a great villain, a great Penguin villain. And also, for a second, Jay made Logan look bad because that's not good to contend for a championship and your championship foe's right hand guy is beating you up. That doesn't make you look good. But Logan returned and made himself look better by knocking Jay the out. So That's what happened tonight. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about tonight's broadcast of Friday Night SmackDown in the comment section below. That's all the time I have for you today, and I'll be back again with another review on all things wrestling. Have a great weekend, folks.